spot right here, we're going to be having a look at the new Spider-Man from Hasbro 2008. We'll be having a look at the Spider-Man, like so. Now, I'm not quite sure if this actually comes to us from the Spider-Man Classics. They don't seem to reference these as Spider-Man Classics anymore. They seem to just go by Hasbro 2008 Spider-Man. Excuse me. I've been drinking my energy drink, so I'll apologize if I do belch here and there. But anyways, as I mentioned during my Spider-Man 2008 Venom, the Matt Gargan Scorpion Stinger Venom, I was looking for a Spider-Man figure from that wave. And for the life of me, I couldn't remember the name of the Spider-Man. Because, you know, most Spider-Mans, when you look on eBay, you can just, like if it's, you know, Web Attack Spider-Man, something like that, you could just type that in and sure enough, it pops up right away. The fact that this only went by Spider-Man, and if anything, maybe Wall Sticking Web, it was a little harder to find on eBay, but sure enough, I happened to stumble across it, and I picked him up, and boy oh boy was I lucky to find him, because I really wanted to get this figure. As I mentioned during my Scorpion Stinger Venom, I really wanted to get the Spider-Man. If we have a look at the packaging, the packaging features Spider-Man up at the top left-hand corner, a nice city scene in the background, and it's got a yellow filter over it, so you get a nice yellow backdrop, and you get little superhero symbol there. On the back, we have Spider-Man here. There's a bit of a read-up on the top corner. Now, you guys can let me know if you guys don't necessarily need me reading the write-ups for you. I usually just like to do it now because I want to give you guys as much information as possible. It says, up in the top left corner, given incredible powers by the bite of a radioactive spider, Spider-Man dedicates his life to making the streets of New York City safe. With super strength, spider sense, and amazing wall crawling and web spinning abilities, he's the city's favorite wisecracking crime fighter hero. That's my boy, Spider-Man. The other figures in the wave, we have Spider-Man, we have Iron Spider-Man. We have Black Costume Spider-Man, we have Juggernaut, Carnage, and Venom. The figures in the wave that I really wanted to get were of course, the Venom. I mean, I would have sold I was going to say I would have sold my soul, but I probably wouldn't have sold my soul, but I really wanted to get the Venom. And the Carnage I really wanted to pick up as well. At the end of the day, however, I just ended up picking up these three, and then I picked up the Spider-Man. Now, you'll notice that the Spider-Man, there is a blue costume version as well as a black costume variant. Unfortunately, the seller that was selling this, and I think I ended up getting this guy for, I think about $12 from the seller, which was an awesome price. He unfortunately only had the black costume Spider-Man, but I do eventually want to get the blue costume as well and get both of them on display. Speaking of display, why don't we actually get this guy on display now? What I'll do is I'll open up this package and we will get a closer look at Hasbro's new 2008 Spider-Man figure, so stay tuned. So here we have Spider-Man out of his package. Really nice figure. The coloring on him is unbelievable. I really like the coloring on him. Before we actually look at the figure itself, let's look at his one accessory. Very uninteresting, as always. The token spider web. And for those who have watched my videos, and for those who collect Spider-Mans, you know that this spider web, maybe not this one particularly, but a spider web, they always throw in with a Spider-Man character. Of every wave, and I'm talking Spider-Man Classics, Spectacular Spider-Man, and all those various series, they always manage to throw this web in at some point, whether they color it white, whether it's a black version with the symbiote. You always eventually get one of these at some point. So good old Hasbro throws in the spiderweb once again. I don't usually put these on display. I guess I probably could stick it up on the wall, but there's the web. Having a look though at the Spider-Man, really nice figure. It has one gripe. I have one gripe with it, and I don't know if you guys will be able to spot it right away. But there's the detailing on the figure there. Really nice. Now, my one gripe with the figure, and I think a lot of people will be able to spot it right away, you'll notice that his head is extremely large. Look at the size of that head. I mean, his torso, it seems like scale-wise his body is correct, but then his head is extremely large. It almost seems like they put the wrong figurehead on there. Now, I mean, granted, you know, you could argue the point that it is accurate to what a Spider-Man character should be. I mean, normally Spider-Man isn't quite accurate, at least the figures, because they're either really, really large or they're proportioned like a standard superhero. Spider-Man, really being a teenager, should have a smaller frame and I guess a larger head. It just seems, though, that the head is a lot larger than what it should be. Or maybe what the problem is too, and I'll take the head off, the neck, if anything, should be a little taller. I mean, if anything, Spider-Man's head should probably be more so up here. Unfortunately, though, where they've located and where they've put the ball joint, where you end up putting his head is quite a bit further down from where it should be sitting. So as a result, it looks like he's got this overly large head to a small frame, and it looks like he's kind of ducking down into his shoulders. In the way of articulation, though, as I mentioned with the ball joint, he has a lot of movement in his head. He's got the ball joint in the shoulders, he's got a hinge in the elbow, he's got a rotation in the wrist, his hand also can bend. No articulation in the waist in the way of a stomach joint or torso joint, but the waist can rotate. He's got this weird articulation. It seems like it could be, it's different than a Marvel Legend. I mean, it's not quite a ball joint. It's almost like a pin and socket joint, but it can rotate, and he has articulation in the leg. He has articulation in the knee, actually 2 points in the knee, and he also has articulation in the foot. His no articulation in the shin, though, but that's not necessarily a bad thing for me. And that's about it, though. I mean, it's not a bad figure. I don't think it's the same mold. Now, there was a Hasbro released Spider-Man from the earlier wave that came with a street sign, and that's the figure I really can't find. I want to see if I can locate him. I don't think it's the exact same mold. I think this is a little bit different of a mold, or they've put a different head on it. The head is awesome, but I think the head is almost too large for his torso. I'm still definitely happy with the figure. It seems a little off, and it might just be me, maybe. But so I hope you guys enjoyed it. That was a toy spot on the Hasbro 2008 Spider-Man, the Web Stick Spider-Man, and that hit the spot. I'll see you guys next time.